Over the course of 102 years, Knott's Berry Farm has had many different unique and thrilling attractions. Lots of these attractions have stayed around since they were added to the park, but there's also a number of them that were removed from the park for various different reasons. So since you all loved the last video so much, here's part 2 to the top 5 extinct attractions at Knott's Berry Farm. Number 5. So to start off today's video, let's talk about an attraction that thankfully was relocated to another park after it left Knott's Berry Farm. This roller coaster was known as Corkscrew and is very popular for being the first modern day inverted coaster. This attraction had a pretty simple layout consisting of one big hill, a little bunny hill, and then the iconic double corkscrew. From opening day to the last day of this ride being in operation, it was a crowd favorite. With the ride being such a new concept and being one of the only roller coasters in the park at the time, it had a pretty long line on most days. So with this ride being such a popular one, you might be wondering why they would ever take this out of the park. And the reason for that was they wanted to add a new roller coaster. So just 14 years after this ride opened, in 1989, this ride was permanently closed and sold off and removed from the park. Thankfully, this ride was sold off and relocated to another park up north known as Silverwood, located in Athol, Idaho, where it still operates to this day. And for all of you wondering what ride replaced the Corkscrew at Knott's Berry Farm, let's talk about it. Number 4. So around a year after the Corkscrew closed, a new ride opened known as the Boomerang. And this roller coaster was just your simple boomerang coaster, lifting you up a hill, dropping you, going through 2 inversions, lift you up another hill, dropping you backward through the whole layout, and then the ride would be over. And this roller coaster has a pretty similar story to the Corkscrew. It operated for so many years and was a popular one, but then eventually they want to make way for a new roller coaster, so they removed this and built a new one. And just like the Corkscrew, this ride was also relocated, but to a different park known as Trans Studio Cybuber. And if you want to know what ride replaced it, it's known as Hang Time and still operates at the park to this day. Number 3. So in 1974, Knott's Berry Farm opened a new attraction known as the Sky Jump. It was a ride that consisted of 12 parachutes connected to the top of the Sky Cabin. The ride was a very fun, relaxing ride that was very iconic at the park at the time. Sadly, in 1999, the ride ended up closing for unknown reasons. And nowadays, all that's left of this ride is the Sky Cabins that the ride was connected to. Number 2. So next up is a ride that I'm not sure if many of you remember, but it was called Tijuana Taxi. It first opened back in 1958 as Merry-Go-Round Auto Ride and was later renamed to Antique Auto Ride, and then its last name was Tijuana Taxi. So this ride sadly ended up closing in 1976 to make way for the Fiesta Village expansion to add more rides to the park. And nowadays, if you want to ride this attraction, it can be found at Castle Park in Riverside, known as the Antique Car Ride. Number 1. So next up, let's end off with not a ride, but an attraction that used to be at Knott's Berry Farm, which I wish they still had to this day because it looks like such a cool attraction. The attraction was known as the Haunted Shack and was a walkthrough attraction which would show you many different odd themes that would defy the laws of physics and gravity. It was a very entertaining show that operated for almost 50 years from 1954 till 2000 until it was eventually closed and replaced by a different ride known as Vertigo. Eventually that ride closed too though, and now on the plot of land where this ride used to be, you can find the Calico Mine Stage. So with that all said, that is going to finish it for the video everyone. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers as soon as possible, and you subscribing will definitely help me reach that goal. And also, if this video somehow gets more views or likes than the last video, that means it has to get over 44 likes or 2.1 thousand views, I will make a third one of these videos, so make sure you like and share this video as much as you can if you want to see a third one of these in the future. But that is it for the video. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.